Hey, this is Chris Rock, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
United States Professional Tennis Association Vice President Chuck Gill was honored by the USPTA Florida Division as its 2015 Pro of the Year. Gill, the Director of Sports at Ibis Country Club, has been an integral leader in the USPTA, board member of the Tim and Tom Gullickson Foundation, contributing associate of the Florida chapter of the Club Managers Association of America. Chuck, we have known one another, so I know what this game means to you. Congratulations, 2015 USPTA Florida Pro of the Year, and you were totally surprised. No one knew it, you didn't know it until it was announced. What does this award mean to you? Chuck Gill?
Well, thanks, Dave. It means a lot. It's to be recognized here by my peers in Florida is very, very meaningful. I always consider the group in Florida to be my friends, my peers, and all great professionals. So to be recognized like this it's pretty special. The fact that I had no idea it was coming, and I don't know how I'm usually tough to keep secrets from, but they pull this one on me.
We just talked about what this award means to you. What does it mean to the Chuck Gill family?
Oh, I think my wife's pretty proud. She knows that I put a lot of time and effort into things related to the USPTA and the USTA in tennis, so I think she's probably pretty tickled and pretty proud.
Well, we're very fortunate because Amanda, your wife, has been by your side. She's by your side right now. Amanda, how proud is the family on this one?
Well, the truth of the matter is that we were pretty proud of him before, and we didn't know about this. So if you can get much prouder of him than I already am, I am prouder of him. It's a big accomplishment, and I'm happy to see him recognized for something he cares so much about and by people he loves so much.
Well, it's one big happy family that is very happy about you tonight, Chuck. You've given so much to the game for 25 plus years. As I mentioned, you and I have seen what you have done with the game. Looking back, I don't care what year it comes from or how many years, of what accomplishments are you most proud of? What contributions can you feel you have given something back to the game that will help grow this game for a number of years?
Well, I'd like to think that I've been able to help with just raising the standards of tennis and raising the standards of teaching. If that is our mission at the USPTA, to elevate the standards, I'd like to think that I've helped other pros. I'd like to think that I've always set a good role model for my staff, and I've always been able to bring passion and bring a lot of enthusiasm to the court and try to maybe inspire. I don't know if that's the right word, but try to keep the people around me motivated and happy, and realizing that we've got a great job, it's a great profession, and we should all be happy because we're very blessed with what we do.
Chuck, you have seen some changes in the game. You have fought for some changes in the game. What changes have you seen? What changes with which you've been involved that you're happy to see some of those changes take place?
I'm pretty proud and pretty happy to see that we're really working together, certainly in Florida and now in the rest of the country, and trying to be a little more aligned and trying to focus on, between the governing body of tennis, the USTA, and between the USPTA, really trying to focus on the things that we have in common. And we share a lot of mutual interests. We shouldn't agree on everything, and there'll be times where we might have some minor disagreements. But at the end of the day, I think if we all realize that we're all in the big boat together, and if we're trying to grow the game, we need to really channel our efforts to try to find things that we can do together.
You shared some very personal and some very motivational stuff with us tonight. One of them was how you got into this game. You weren't a tennis player from day one, but your dad took you on the tennis court and turned you into a tennis player at age 12. Looking back, some of those memories that you'll never forget.
Well, yeah, I was always a baseball or a basketball player as a kid, and even through high school I played more basketball and baseball. It wasn't really until about my sophomore year in high school that I started playing tennis more or less as a full-time year-round sport. And again, I was really blessed. My dad was a tennis enthusiast. He wasn't a tennis professional by any means, but he enjoyed the game, and from time to time he'd get me out there, and it'd be something that we would do together, and it was pretty special. It's special now, considering that, like I mentioned a couple of months ago, my father passed away, and he was my best friend and my best man in my wedding, and quite an influence on me. So pretty special.
Hey, looking back, Chuck, through the years, teaching a number of years, when do you start to say, that's what my dad was teaching me? I've learned that from him, and now I'm passing this on to my students.
I think one of the things that good tennis pros do, regardless of the style they teach, if they bring enthusiasm and they bring a sense of accomplishment and help their students feel like they're getting better, and they're whether it's a 2.5 lady or whether it's a senior man or whether it's a junior, if you can bring a little enthusiasm and help them get excited and motivate them to want to do a little better on their own, I think you've done your job as a pro.
Chuck, you are about to become USPTA National President. How big is this game of tennis and all the sporting activities out there, and how big of a role does the USPTA plan to do in growing the game, or has it already done?
Well, I think we've already done a lot, and I think there's a lot more to do. Teaching professionals are really the delivery force. We're the ones that are out there with the hands on the consumers, and we're the ones with the touch points to make sure that people have a good experience. And I think the governing body realizes that if the game's going to grow, it's going to be teaching pros that'll help them do it. And it's nice to see that the USTA and the NGB and the different sections realize that without alignment with teaching pros, things really don't get off the ground, and they certainly happen faster when you have an engaged and motivated group of teaching pros. So I'm really looking forward, in my role as being a USPTA president, to just keep that moving forward and try to maximize that relationship and really lift everybody up. That's why we're so big, and I feel so passionate about mandatory education, because if we can get a good force of teaching professionals that are really energized and well educated and understand how to deliver programs and products and lessons to the masses, this game is going to take off. So happy about it.
Those in the industry applaud you, admire you for your contributions to the game. Your turn to say what this game has given you.
Well, this game has given me everything. As far as my profession, it's been my passion and something I care deeply about, but it's allowed me to make a living as I start to approach the ripe old age of 60. I don't think that at age 24 I envision myself being a teaching pro well into my 50s. And even though I'm a little more diversified now and I oversee a fitness operation and a spa and aquatics operation at my club, and I'm more into management, I still, my roots and my DNA are still in tennis. So it's pretty much afforded me a career path and afforded me a great living. And it's like Nancy Horowitz says, if you love what you do, you'll never work. Do what you love and love what you do.
Chuck Gill, 2015 USPTA Florida Pro of the Year. A pleasure, a delight, an honor to be with you this evening.
Thanks, Kaz. And as you know, personally, it's really fun to reconnect with you and see you, because I think we talked a little bit earlier about how it was over 20 years ago that the conference was at this very place, and we got to spend some time, and you were certainly an inspiration to me. So thanks.
Certainly my honor. Great to see you, Chuck. Savor of the evening, savor of the year.